Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt, and this is a big day for boxing. PBC is back. Lamont Roach, Pitbull Cruz, Stephen Fulton, O'Shaquie Foster, the American Dream, Landy Lara is back, and then you have Jesus Ramos going up against Shane Mosley Jr. Live on location. And joining me now is the master of the walk and talk, the master of the sit and spit, Mr. Boots on the ground himself, Ezra Boxing. What's going on, Ezra?
Oh man, I'm excited for today. I'm excited. It's like every day there's like when you're here at the fight, every day there's like an event you got to get to, right? That if you're covering it, it feels like that's a big event. You got to get there. It almost gets to the point you forget there's a big fight that you're gonna go to. Like yesterday after the weigh-in, I was like, oh, we got good stuff, or we got some interviews. I was relieved. I was like, this is good. This event was good. And then I'm like, oh wait, there's a whole fight that we're gonna watch. I'm so pumped for the fights tonight, man. I can't wait to see these fights. I think this card is going to be solid, man. And I think pretty much everybody agrees on that. I think people trying to downplay like, oh, this card's falling apart. I mean, I don't see that at all. I mean, I think this card is still freaking really good. This is a really solid card. I'm excited, man.
And then also joining us today, we have the face that runs the place, the COO of Brunch Boxing, the Mexican Al Heyman himself, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Oh man, I'm freaking excited, man. I was a little actually envious of Ezra this week. Not only he was at the place to be, but man, she was killing it out there with the interviews.
Bro,
Like
I was surprised. I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, hey, who is this guy? Who is this guy? What happened to Ezra? I was like, wow. You
Oh
know,
man,
so you interviewed real quick, because we'll get to the fight, but you interviewed Jose Benavidez
hey,
Sr.
am I skipping?
A little bit.
Wait,
You
hold
like
on. Am I skipping right now? Like, let me. I'm gonna back on back right. Come right back in.
you don't. Okay, all right. See,
nobody.
you give
There we
this man
go.
credit, Mike, and already.
He's worried about
Don't mess
him.
it up.
Uh,
It looks clear now. It looks clear now. I don't know. Let's just go with that. What are we saying now? Jose Benavides.
So
Let's
you
go.
interviewed Jose Benavidez Sr. and
Yes.
he said something very interesting to me. I want to see if you picked up on it. Tell the people about your interview with Jose Benavidez Sr. and what he had to say.
Yeah, Jose Benavides was talking about the moving up and why they did it, and he definitely feels like Berchibeb and Bivol are not interested in that fight right now. They're definitely not something they're trying to make happen. He said, "Hey, we went down to Saudi. We were supposed to fight him next. That was the whole thing. I don't know what fell apart from that point on, but it definitely doesn't. It looks like they're trying to delay it. So they want to fight Zerto because they're trying to keep the ball rolling. They're not trying to get delayed by anyone anymore. They had the whole Canelo situation. They learned from that. They're not that this isn't happening anymore. They're gonna go and build their own name, and they got a big fight with Zerto. And I did ask him about you know people talking. I said, move to heavyweight. Is that a possibility? He says right now that's not what they're thinking about. They're definitely going to come back to 175 after this fight.
That right
Yeah,
there was what I
yeah,
found interesting.
they're coming
Because
back to 175 after the Zerto fight. That's the plan.
here's the thing. After the Zerto fight, the WBA, they're going to order the mandatory between Benavidez and Bivol. Okay? They're going to order that fight. I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the WBC like tries to make something shake. I think the WBC is gonna talk to the WBA because they are good friends. They're like, yo, we need to make something happen. Do you see what they're doing to me? You see what they're doing to me? I need you guys' help. I think the sanctioning bodies are gonna come together and they're gonna understand, hey, they're at war right now. This is a war. And it's here. We saw what happened with the WBC earlier this week, and we'll get into that. Okay, but the war's here, so the sanctioning bodies have to fight back, and the only way they can fight back is pick a side season. Whichever side you on, whichever side you on, you better make sure you're doing things to the letter of the law, because we're not giving no leeway to nobody no more. So I think the WBA is going to order that fight with Bivol, and Bivol's going to have a decision to make. Are you gonna fight David Benavidez like a man, or are you gonna duck him again? Are you gonna drop another belt to where no one can say, "Oh, well, you know what? Well, technically they weren't up in a rotation, so he shouldn't be ordering a fight." What kind of shit was that from the fans? Do you want to see Bivol versus Benavidez, or do you want to see Bivol versus Michael Eifert? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's about time we start calling these fighters bluffs. Why are we protecting certain fighters from big challenges, Ezra? Can you explain that to me?
I don't get it, man. Like I said, it's like it just depends if you like the fighter or not, right? So I just realized that people will sway and be okay with the BS when it's a fighter that they like. They'll use that to make the excuses. The one thing's like Benavidez announces this fight. Now it was clear as day to anyone, right, that really wants to look at it, that he wanted Bivol or Bear. Like it was clear as day that he would have took any one of those fights. He really wanted Bivol, and those weren't options for him. And as soon as he announces the Zerto fight, then you get talks of, oh well, Bivol might take one of his mandatory. He might fight Eifert, which is a fight that we've been talking about forever, Matt. That me and you've been saying that's going to happen.
Oh, we called it. We called it.
We've been saying that's going to happen, but that happened after Benavidez's announcement, so people can. So what teams like to do sometimes is give the fans an excuse, like you can run with this. And now people are saying, well, they couldn't fight Benavidez because Benavidez already announced a fight. Benavidez should have waited until Bivol made his decision so before he announced the fight. And all these stupid games that we all know is nonsense. We all know that you're not going to go for fighting Michael Eifert to, oh yeah, I would have fought Benavidez. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. So all this nonsense that you see, and this is why Benavidez's team made the correct move, and a move that I was saying that they should make. They're going up in weight. They're getting a fight. They're getting the Cinco de Mayo date. Like that, these are all the right moves to keep building his career, keep building his resume, and keep establishing himself as a big star in boxing.
And here's how we know it's nonsense. They're talking about fighting Michael Eifert. They're not talking about fighting Benavidez again. So if he was talking about, you know what, we're going to do the trilogy right now. I'm coming back. First thing I'm doing is trilogy. Then maybe you could throw him some bail. But he's talking about fighting Michael Eifert. What are we doing? And the funny thing is, and this is how Eddie Hearn is so slick, is such a slimy scumbag. What Eddie Hearn did was he tried to say, oh, he might fight one of his mandatories, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he didn't want to name him by name. One of his mandatories is David Benavidez.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But you know what's funny is, it's funny because the was part where he did say Eifert and Colin Smith. I mean that was said. That was said. They chose two specific names. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, we've been ahead of this. We said that he's gonna fight Eifert. It was, to me, was one of the most obvious things that was gonna happen, and they were gonna push.
To me, this was obvious it was gonna happen. And I said this before the February fight happened, because I know Dimitri Bivol. I know Dimitri Bivol better than he knows himself. Okay, shout out to Kate. I know all about him. Okay, so I knew this was the kind of move that this man was gonna make. I knew it. I knew it right away. That's why I said back in February that fans better pray to God that Beterbiev wins the trilogy. I mean, wins the second fight. Because if he loses to Bivol, I am not confident that Bivol is going to fight David Benavidez. And it's just coming to fruition.
Yeah. Like I said, we got, I think that you're going to see a lot of nonsense going forward. I don't think you're going to get, they're finally going to meet in the ring. I don't know, man. I don't really see that. I don't really see that. So, like I said, Benavidez, I like that the team's staying creative. They're getting the matchups they want. What's your interest level? Let's just eliminate Benavidez from the situation. What's your interest level right now in a number 3 fight between Beterbiev and Pitbull? 26.
So here's the thing. I am very interested in it as long as we don't get Michael Eifert.
Well, that's exactly right. Because the one thing that this fight can't do is marinate really anymore, right? Because of Beterbiev's age, right? Like you would say, if that fight had any, basically, like you still had interest in it, right? Because they are 1-1, right? And to me, they've both been very, very good fights, entertaining fights. But now we're really kind of pushing it. And Birtabev, a lot of the reasons people say, like, oh, he kind of looked like in the second half of that fight, he didn't have the same engine that he had before. He could kind of slow down. I mean, keep pushing it. I just think that at some point you're entering a Triple G Canelo #3 situation, right? Not saying that like we've seen Birtabev slow down that much, but I mean, you keep pushing this fight. He's at this age. I mean, it could fall off at any moment, right? Everything could his whole game could just crumble. So yeah, I just think that the whole way they're handling, even with that third fight, it's just kind of nonsense, man. It's all nonsense.
It is. It is. Now, one of the other guys that you talked to that I found interesting, and this is going to be the first and probably only time he's ever talked about at the top of any Brunch Boxing show. Abel Mendoza.
Oh man, Abel Mendoza might be headlining some events, man. You'll never know. We might be talking about him more.
Yo, Abel Mendoza, he confirmed that he has signed with TGB, PBC. DeCubas is his new manager. He's gonna be on these PBC shows. What's your thoughts on the young Abel Mendoza?
I just give him credit. I mean, it's all self promotion. Like, you gotta understand, like, no one was pushing for this kid. Like, he was doing all the work, right? And the record, right? Like the record self promotion too. Like, all of it. It's he got to where he worked and put himself in a position like this. I think it's a cool story, man. I like him. He's at the fight. He's got a real positive energy. He's got a camera filming him at all times. Even when I interviewed him, they put a mic on me and filmed me interviewing him. Like, this dude, they get it. They get it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like it. I like his personality and everything. And we're gonna see what he can actually do in the ring. We don't. That's the big question mark right there. But getting to this spot with really no one behind him, I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Abel
Mendoza. Not only that, he was staying ready, man. It sounds like if any of the fighters went down, he was going to be in the main event. So
yeah,
he
was
guys stay ready.
Ready. I was ready to step in.
Hey, let me tell you something. He wasn't gonna be in no main event. But he reminds me of the guy. Now, this happens in New York a lot. You in Times Square. There's always a guy out there asking you to listen to his mixtape. Yo, get my mixtape. Yo, hear my mixtape. And then the record company actually signed him. Company. Like, all right, yeah. It worked.
I'm surprised he didn't hand me a CD and ask me what my name was.
But I'm hearing, believe it or not, that Abel Mendoza is in very high demand.
All right.
He's in very high demand. So he's gonna have some interesting fights. I'll leave it at that.
I'll just tell you right now, man. I listen. This guy. I can't dislike him. Like, the guy, everything he's done, and like I said, put himself in that position when I don't know. It's just cool. This is kind of a cool story.
Now, you also spoke to, I believe, Jesus Ramos.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
What'd you get from him?
I think Jesus Ramos, he just wants to show who he really believes he is, and he doesn't feel like he's shown that yet. Now, maybe he showed that in the Joey Spencer fight. Like, maybe that right there was like, man, that's
Stop it.
What do you mean?
Joey Spencer?
No, I'm not saying like, oh, what a great win in Joey Spencer. But what I'm saying is, if you're thinking about like a dominant Jesus Ramos performance, where you're like, man, like that looked like something, was in the Joey Spencer fight. Am I wrong? Is that a wrong take? Is that a bad take? I don't think that's a bad take. Crazy take. But what I'm saying is that he feels like he has way more ability than what he's shown. And he's just trying to figure out is how to put that all together in the right moment, in a fight in front of the camera, in front of people, and to really cash in on that. Because also, you got to think, like, whether you thought he beat Lubin or Lubin beat him, when you see what Virgil Ortiz did to Lubin, it kind of looks like a huge gap between them. Okay. I think Jesus Ramos considered at one point thought of himself in the realm of Virgil Ortiz, in the realm with these new guys, the new crop at 154. Now he's at middleweight. and he was honest with me about why he moved him middleweight. Was it just seems like there's a void here. Seems like there's someone that needs to take this division over, and it's for the taking. That's what his mentality is. But tonight he wants to show everything that he's been showing in the gym, everything that he thinks he could be, all the ability that they see in him and that he's able to do in a gym in front of a mirror. He wants to do it in that ring. And that, like I said, I've been in gyms for a lot of years. I've seen a lot of fighters that are killers in the gym. And you just said, man, I don't know what it is, but when he fights on TV or he fights in a professional fight, it don't look like that. But if it did, we would have something here. That's what he wants to do. He's a still good fighter, no doubt about it, but he wants to show that he's with Virgil Ortiz, he's with Boots, he's with those guys, he's in of that.
Now, let me ask you a question, and this might sound harsh.
Okay.
Has Jesus Ramos been a disappointment so far?
Yes. I mean, to be honest, I thought that the Lubin fight was there to be like, hey, put your flag in the ground here. And like I said, whether he thought he won or lost, whatever, it wasn't. He didn't separate himself. And I was talking about Virgil, right? When you get to like when you get a fighter and you raise the competition up, sometimes like really high level fighters, you don't feel the difference. You're like when he was fighting Cans and when he was fighting this guy, it still kind of felt like the same level of dominance. But when you gotta kind of start worrying about like what a ceiling of a fighter is when the level goes up and you can feel it and you can say, oh, I could definitely feel the competition going up for this guy. I could definitely feel there's not the gap that there is, and I don't think we saw the gap. I think that fight was there for him to show the gap, and he didn't show it.
Now, is Shane Mosley Jr. someone that can expose that lack of a gap between Jesus Ramos and the rest of the competition?
I think that if someone said like, hey, Shane Mosley Jr.'s in the realm of like a Joey Spencer, I can't be like, oh, that's crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like I maybe he's in there with a guy that he can look really good against. I get that. I do see glimpses of Shane Mosley Jr. like having a game that could be effective at a high level, but he definitely has like flaws to his game and limits to his game that could really get exposed. I think that Jesus Ramos really needs to look impressive tonight. I think he really needs to. This is, to me, Shane Mosley Jr. is not a guy that, if you're a top level fighter, that you should be like, oh, this is a competitive fight, or he's having a hard time in there at moments. Like he really needs to show, like, hey, this is the gap. I'm at this level. I'm way higher than this level. That he needs to show.
Yeah, absolutely. Another guy you spoke to is going to be on the prelim portion, Frank Martin. What did you get from Frank Martin?
Oh man, first of all, he's a very nice guy. Frank Martin's really cool. He just seems like he's ready. He seems like he's eager to get in the ring. He wants to get back to showing, get people excited about his career again. He wants to get people excited about his ability. And I was talking to him about the weight, and it was after the Stephen Fulton had missed weight, so I asked him about that. He's a fighter. He was moving up in weight, and I said, "What happens, right? Like, how why do guys miss weight? Why do they misjudge? Why, or do you stay too low because of career choices? Do you stay too low because of the business? There's a map out, the plan." And he was talking about, like sometimes there's gaps, right, between when you fight, and say you made the weight a year ago. Now you have a whole gap. You never try to make the weight in that whole gap, and then the year you go, and by the time you get to the deadline, you're like, oh, I can't make this anymore. But you had no idea because you had that gap between your fighting. I thought that was a very excellent point. Like you've got to be so in tune with your body as a boxer that you have to be able to see, like, hey, you know what? It's not. This isn't coming off like it once was. And I thought that the point he made was really interesting. He said that the Tank fight, that it was getting tougher to make the weight. He's excited. He's got a new team. He's got Buddy McGirt now. He just wants to show what he could do and where he's at in his career at this new weight. And also 140 is another situation where if he could get his name in there, he'll have a lot of opportunity, I believe.
How is he expecting himself to perform against Francis Barthélemy today?
How's he expecting it to perform?
Yeah, how is he expecting himself to perform against Francis Barthélemy?
Yeah, he said that he's going to be able to do a lot of things in the ring. He says he's going to be able to do told me like he's going to be able to show all his tools today. So I think he expects a pretty dominant performance and an impressive performance. I think he's hoping that people get the excitement that they once had for his career again after today.
Now, after talking to him, did you get that excitement?
You know what? I definitely, he's on the prelims today, right? Like, in that I would maybe you would feel a certain way, right, about doing that. I don't see any of that in him. I see excitement in him. I see just eager to get in the ring and show what he's got. So I think he's mentally kind of looks like in a really good place, I would say. The one thing about Ranches is, man, he's a veteran in the game. He's a veteran in the game, and it's like simple stuff, but I just caught it. They're doing ceremonial weigh-in, and the guys that they're all some of the prelim guys, right? They're new, so they don't really know. So they're stripping down like to the boxers, right? And they're getting on the scale, and they're doing it like it feels like a real weigh-in. And I think they just thought like, oh, we have to do that. When Rancis goes up there and they tell him, "Oh, take this," he goes, no, and he takes his shirt off and he just jumps on it real quick. But it's like it's just a little sign of just experience in the game, right? A comfortable of the process. Rancis, it's to me is not in the highest point of his game, but it is interesting that like when you have like a guy like that that's just comfortable, it's just been there before, and it's not a guy that's going to panic or it's going to be too much for him. Martin's moving up in weight. He does want to really show a dominance, but maybe that gets him too eager in a situation. Maybe Rancis can really capitalize on that. Frank Martin, remember he lost to Tank. The two guys on here that on the main event, they fought Tank and we'll have a draw and one came up short. I think he thinks like, I'm in the realm with these guys and they're fighting my weight. I'm in the realm with these guys. He might want to be too impressive tonight and get himself in a situation.
Or maybe he's trying to take that O from Abel Mendoza. You never know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Another guy you spoke to, Bob Santos. He is the trainer for Elijah Garcia, who I believe is not fighting anymore on his card. What was Bob Santos there for? Who else is he with? What did you get from Bob Santos?
Well, Bob's got 3 fighters on the card tonight. I believe he has Nunez, who's also fighting in I believe a WBC eliminator. He has a few guys on the prelim. He has 2 guys on the prelim, and I think he has Rancis, I want to say. I could be wrong. He has another guy on the main card portion. But man, Bob Santos might have more energy than I do. You guys say that I'm over here jumping and shaking and all this stuff, but man, bro, let me tell you, he is ready to go. When I interviewed him, he had already done a few interviews. When he got up there with the fighter, he was bouncing the whole time, telling the crowd like, "Look at this guy" and all that. And I asked him, I said, "Man, you got so much energy. Like even when you're on when the weigh-in, I'm like, are you doing that for your fighter? Are you showing like confidence?" He's like, "Nah, man, I just love what I do." He's a really smart guy. I agree with a lot of the approaches when we're talking about the training that he was doing. How you can't try to mold the guy to your style. It has to be you add on to him. You can't be the main thing as a trainer. It can't be like, oh, we're going to do the Bob Santos style. It's not that. I'm just there to try to add what I can to your already style. If you try to make yourself too much of the thing, it's gonna crumble. I like where his mentality is right now. He really does seem like he loves what he does. Really good energy, really great guy. Was happy to give anyone the time of day, and I thought I became a fan of Bob Santos as a trainer, but even as a person.
Did you talk to him about Elijah Garcia at all?
You know what? I didn't. That's my mistake as an interview. I didn't talk about Elijah Garcia.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Who else did you see out there? Did you get a second chance to Stat Baby?
I didn't get a second chance to interview Stat Baby. No, but you know what? Okay, I gotta tell you, that is what it is. Segment of the thing was great. It was great. I thought that was like real. I gotta give KB his credit. That was a great idea. It worked out perfectly. I thought that the energy they brought, it was fun. They were themselves 100%. Oh man, I thought it was really good. I thought it was very, very good. I just will say this. This is the only thing I'll say. If they give me and you a mic, as good as that was,
we'll kill it. We'll kill it.
Gotta be honest with you. Like, there's just not. There wasn't a person on that stage. There was a person that talked through the whole thing that's gonna talk better than me and you. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, I thought that was great. I thought that was a great segment. But if you give me and you the mic and they go like there, ain't no one else ever picking up that mic. I'll just tell you that right now.
One thing I will say though, Cam was excellent.
Oh, he was hilarious.
Oh, he was
hilarious.
When I was watching the face off, he looked like he was in the face off. He was so excited. Like I kept screaming at the stream, like, Tom, move out the way, Tom Brown. Because you see Pitbull and Roach trying to go nose to nose, and Tom Brown trying to break it up. I'm like, yo, move out the way, Tom. Move out the way. Let him fight.
It was funny too because like Mace and Stat Baby, they left like right after they did their thing, right? Their segment.
Yeah.
And Cameron left and stood. And I'm not even sure he stood because anyone asked him to. I think he just wanted to be a part of what was happening, right? I think he just liked what was happening. But the funny part was he had made they said their stuff about, and he had picked against Shaqy Foster. And for some, just the one time they gave him a mic, it was just for Shaqy Foster because they wanted him to respond to what Shaqy Foster told him when he got on the stage. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, no, it was great, man. It was funny. Mace was hilarious with his picks, like the way he would try to switch his picks when Camera would pick something opposite of him. Then he'd be like, "Oh, okay, like you must know you." Yeah. No, hell no, don't sound like me. But no, it was funny, man. I thought that worked out really well.
You tried to pull that with the Devin Haney thing.
I didn't pull a Devin Haney fight. No, what happened? And Huey says it counts. It's official. It counts.
No. Listen, hold on.
It's official. And it comes down to Matt, this is your last chance.
Let me tell you something. You can shoot someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue, and Huey would still vote for you.
I don't agree. See, I don't agree. I think Huey takes your side a lot of the time.
No,
I think Huey takes your side a lot of the time. But you know what? But Huey was fair this time. And you know what? He was stern. He was fair, but he was stern.
Just this time, huh? Just this time?
Oh, my gosh.
Now, entering the show, the man, keep it 100. How are we doing today, Ty? How are we feeling today, Ty?
Okay. I wanted to. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to feel better, man. This would have been a great day. I'm still optimistic, but the Fulton missing weight shit, the Jander Big shit. But I'm not. But you know how boxing is. Know how that is. Jesus Ramos and Shane gonna have a great fight, and Frank Martin gonna have a great fight to make up for it. You know how boxing is, so we're gonna be all right.
Hey, Fulton didn't miss weight. He made 135.
That's the thing. Oh my
Yeah.
Oh, this is insane. Okay,
You guys just didn't know the plot. You did not.
Are we
know
getting
the
into
plot.
this?
That's all it was. You guys did not know the plot.
Bro. Hey,
Mike, what up, homie? I know you was here.
What up, Ty?
My God,
man. On cue, Matt. After everything me and you talked about this midweek show, everything we talked about, the 100% on topic of what we talked about. When I said that these rankings are BS, sometimes these sanctioned bodies will just pull something just to pull it. And man, did they pull something this week? It was so stunning that when you announced that, right, you broke the news, right, that this fight was now a 135-pound fight for the mandatory of the WBC belt at 135 pounds. No, that hadn't hit the room yet. So when they announced them, right, and they came out and they said this fight is for whatever at 135 pounds. No one really thought about it. They just thought he screwed up. They just thought the announcer has screwed up, and no one really thought about it. So when we get out to the back, and I'm like, hey, did you guys catch like what happened and what Matt just kind of broke? And they were telling them, people were like, what? Like they were so stunned. It's just on cue of everything I said that we're trying to defend these sanctioning bodies, and then they do stuff like this. And what a time to do it. What a week to do it. It's insane. What do you think, man? I know you're going to go a different way about this, so I heard it now.
Hey, listen. The WBC did what's best for boxing.
Man, that's crazy. No, but Matt, break down what happened. People listening might not know what we're talking about. Break down what happened.
Okay, so the fight was originally for Shaqy Foster's WBC super featherweight fight title. For those who don't know, if you're a boxing one-on-one guy, 130 pounds is super featherweight, right?
Yes.
Stephen Fulton misses weight. He weighs in at 132 pounds, which I'm gonna be honest. I knew right away. I could have broke that story, but I didn't want to blow my sauce.
Okay.
But I
Insane.
knew right away.
Insane way to phrase it. Okay, go ahead.
I knew right away. So 132 pounds. Didn't even try to make weight, if
Hey
we're being
Matt, I
honest.
give you flowers, Matt. I give you flowers, Matt. You've been on fire, Matt.
I've been trying, man.
No, Matt. No, Matt. You've been on fire. Listen, Matt. It's like I don't know, man. Like you getting the scoops, and I listen. It's like crazy. I've been in spaces. I've been on time. I'm going to put you over. I mean, yo, listen, Brunch Boxing Matt said it 2 weeks ago. I mean, you've been on fire. I'm putting you over. I don't want to put you over. You know what I mean? But it's the truth.
It's funny. Some of the stuff I don't ever put on the timeline. I just be telling y'all in the spaces because they don't want it out there yet. But
Yeah, no doubt. It's just
That's the great.
it's
That's the great
crazy.
part about all this. The great part about all this is you have to turn the spaces on. You can't just listen to the show. You got to listen to the in between, because if you're a real fan of Brunch Boxing, you know that the spaces are some stuff that's said that can't be out there, but you can put it together. You can start tracing it together. It's good stuff. That's what I'm telling you. There's a lot of content we put out there. It's all spread out through all the shows, Sunday morning sermon, all that. It's all weaved together. All right, go ahead, Matt. Keep going with
now,
that.
after Stephen Fulton missed weight, the fight was in danger of being canceled. Okay. The fight was in danger of being canceled altogether.
All right.
So TGB and PBC petitioned the WBC to make this for the 135-pound interim title, because one of the fighters, I'm not going to say who, I don't want nobody to get upset at no fighter, one of the fighters was going to pull out the fight.
I mean, it's pretty obvious which fighter that was. Now,
I don't think it's pretty obvious.
All right. No, okay.
Hey, Ez, but Ez, this one too, Ez. The guy like these stupid rumors online, right? But they list Alien fighters say, right? And the 135-pound champion, the lightweight champion, the WC champion, he's not come back to 135 again, I don't think, if you ask Tyson.
I think he will.
Matt, sources. So I'm going off. This is why I'm going off. 9 times out of 10, right, when a boxer moves up and he get to keep that little extra 5 pounds, he ain't trying to lose the extra 5 pounds again. That's why I said I don't think the guy's gonna come back down. Because he going to 140.
But what if he move up to 140 and get hit with a left hook and get knocked out?
Yeah. This guy mad, man.
That ain't happening. But I get you. It can happen.
It ain't gonna go the way people think it's gonna go, Matt.
It's not.
Okay,
but
so
one of the fighters is gonna pull out. TGB petitioned WBC. WBC said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's save this fight. Let's save this card. Too much has happened already. You guys have always been good with the WBC. You're in great standing with the WBC. Stephen Fulton was the WBC champion at 126 pounds. Foster's the WBC champion at 130 pounds. Both guys are in good standing. Let's salvage this. So Mauricio Suleiman did the right thing and salvaged this fight for the fans and for boxing.
Matt,
wait.
I got a question, Matt. Because you mentioned of a title. No, real quick, I'm asking a question. So if Fulton at 35 now officially, he ain't going back to 126. So is Castro and Shushu going to be for the real title?
Shushu is going to be elevated to the real champion. Remember, Shushu's the interim right now.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, homie. Listen,
he's going to be the real champion.
Listen, ain't no more Dan Rayfield gone, Copper gone. I'm going to the source. I'm asking the source right now. You know what I mean? Come my man Shushu, I'm asking.
Yeah, Shushu, for all intents and purposes, is the WBC featherweight champion.
This fight is the most domino. Okay. This is the most domino effect fight of all time. It affects 126 pounds, 130 pounds, and 130, and possibly a little bit 140.
And 142 if Matt and the guy get knocked out.
It's insane. What a weave that the Mauricio Suleiman has woven. It's insane. It is insane. Listen, you said he did the right thing.
Hey, listen. You say it's insane, but I'll be honest with you. What would you have rather happen? The fight get canceled?
No, I don't want the fight to get canceled. Right? I don't.
Okay.
So let me tell. Can I explain to you what my thought on this is?
Right there. It should be great.
No. You know my thought on this is, okay. He didn't do the right thing for boxing because, no, of course not. That's not the right thing for boxing at all. He did the right thing, right? Who this played out for, it was the right thing for O'Shaquie Foster. It was the right thing for him because now O'Shaquie Foster is still, it gets rewarded and fights for an opportunity at something. So right now, what would have happened was O'Shaquie Foster would have fought a guy, missed weight, and then, okay, he defends his belt, but the guy can't even win it. But now O'Shaquie Foster gets to fight for something even more, right? And a weight that people thought that O'Shaquie Foster was going to move up to anyways. So I'm happy for him on that situation. But this isn't good for boxing. I mean, there's guys that are fighting in the WBC right now rankings. There's guys ranked at number 1.
Who would you rather see get that chance?
It doesn't matter what I'd rather see. That's not the way.
That's what I'm saying.
No. That's this is the flaw, though. So here's the thing. This is the flaw that I'm talking about with these rankings. That's not what essentially body's supposed to do. That's not what they're doing. The integrity of the sport. That's not what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to keep everything right. The rankings right. The system. Go ahead.
These guys never want to do what's. These guys never do want to do what's best for the sport.
There's no number 1 or 2. There's no mandatory challenger. There's no guy that for the number 1 and number 2 fight eliminated become a mandatory challenger. So ain't like you say. Let's say Andy Cruz was the number 1 guy. He fought 2 fights to get the number 1 spot. He fought the number 2 guy. Nobody doing that, Ezra. So I think it's best for business, like my man Mike say. And one more thing to hold on, one more thing to ask. I feel like this was shot last fight at 130 pounds anyway. So maybe the guys that 130 can fight for the title now and a little faster. And I mean, things happen a little faster. I mean, yeah, it might be gloom and doom, but I actually like how they fixed it. They actually fixed the situation.
Well, here's the thing too, right? Like, okay, so say O'Shaquie Foster wins, right? And O'Shaquie Foster doesn't want to move up, right, to the weight class, right? Well, then it's all for naught, right? Because then because he has to make a decision. Because am I correct here, Matt? I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. The winner of this fight will have to make a decision, correct? As far as are we going to move up, and is he going to drop the belt?
Not anytime soon.
Well, okay, all right, we'll see. Still, then that's even more confusion on the situation.
Shock was to lose. His shot was to lose, yeah, because damn, I ain't the title. I ain't got the better 35.
No, but O'Shaquie doesn't lose the belt no matter what today.
And can I be 30 again? So no, he lose. Let's say he lose the fight, but he know he can't make 30 again. So like, damn, he don't have a belt 30 or 35.
No, but O'Shaquie Foster loses today. He doesn't lose the belt. The belt's not on the line today at all. He can't not vacant. No, nothing.
I mean, if he can't make.
Oh yeah, we can't make the weight.
No, I mean, if he can't make 30 again.
Yeah, I get you. O'Shaquie Foster made it. He's the one that made it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Matt, are you stunned that Fulton couldn't make weight after moving up?
No. I'm never stunned when someone misses weight, to be honest with you, because it happens. It happens.
Okay.
It happens. And let's be honest. He had a pit stop at 126 and went directly to 130 after. After years at 122. Maybe, as Frank Martin says, your body just blows up in a way you're not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a chance that he maybe miscalculated. Who knows? But he missed weight. We move on. The fight's still on. I'm still excited about the fight.
No, I'm still excited about the fight too. Now, let's get into this, right? Who's at more of a disadvantage here? Now, we know O'Shaquie Foster made the cut fully. Now, Fulton, and you say that you feel like he didn't even try. So that's a really important detail there. Because if he didn't kill himself to make the weight and he just said, screw it, I ain't going to make it, I'm not going to kill myself to do it, then he's at the advantage, right? He didn't go through all the struggle of it. So it's also, kind of important to bring up that they did move it up in weight. And that O'Shaquie Foster had to sign off on that. Do you think that avoided Fulton from being penalized financially?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But he did. I don't like that.
Hold on. He did give O'Shaquie some money.
Okay. Another thing that does move it up in weight is O'Shaquie couldn't punish Fulton for not making weight and saying, hey, you got a rehydrate clause now tomorrow because they moved it up in weight.
Bro. Listen, let me tell you something. O'Shaquie Foster ain't worried if Stephen Fulton was weighing 150 pounds.
Well, but that's fine. We can say that or everything, but that's still there's things here. So obviously, in your opinion, if Fulton didn't really try to make weight, he has the advantage here.
No,
Because like I said,
no,
he
because
does.
no, because maybe not trying to make weight is a sign of laziness.
Well, that's fine. That's okay. That's whatever he did in training.
That's not an advantage.
No. But that's whatever. That's whatever he did in training camp. But I'm saying, as far as a guy killing himself to make weight, and whatever that does to your body, whatever that does to you, your energy and all that stuff to recover from that, the guy that didn't do that is going to have the advantage. Okay, that's just
in your opinion. I don't think so in this case.
Oh man, I mean, I don't even know how you could come across something else other than that. But all right, whatever. You think the winner of this fight gets full credit as far as Fulton? Say Fulton wins, you give him full credit. Well, don't even bring up that he missed weight.
Yeah,
then there's no 100% full credit.
Yeah, because here's the thing. To me, the way Fulton fights, he gets things done with his boxing skills. So no matter what way he's at, I mean, it is what it is. The skills pay the bills. It's not like he's some big power puncher that's getting like some big weight advantage so he could be bigger, stronger, and beat up on a guy. Fulton's a boxer.
No. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You got a guy that's probably gonna,
listen, if Fulton go in there and walk him down, okay, then you have me convinced.
Yeah, I guess
I don't think that's the game plan.
You want to see what it looks like. I don't know. I just feel like it's like I said. I just feel like for some guys we give the break, some guys we don't. I don't know. Listen, I hate to keep going back to this Ryan Garcia fight, man. When he missed weight,
I knew that's where he was going. I knew this is where you were going as well.
Ryan Garcia missed weight. It's a big deal. Ryan Garcia takes whatever the hell he took. It's a big deal.
Yes.
But he takes Ryan Garcia. Not a big deal. Fulton doesn't make weight. Not a big deal.
Let me ask you a question. When you say that, who are you talking to? Was Ryan Garcia missing weight a big deal to me?
I don't remember, honestly.
Who was the one that told everybody that Ryan Garcia wasn't going to make weight? That was a boxing report. That was me. I knew he wasn't going to make weight.
That's why you broke it, but that doesn't mean that did you not think that it was going to play a big deal?
I think that once Devin Haney signed off on the 3 pounds and the fight went ahead, you can't talk about the weight no more. That's the way I feel.
Nah. And let me tell you something. Like I already told you the Osprey. I'm already past that. Yeah, to me, you can't even tell me that as an excuse of what happened there, right? I'm already past that. Okay, I'm already past that because of the way boxing is with all that. But the one thing you could get me on, I believe, is this dude didn't make weight and Devin Haney did, and nothing happened, and we just went through with the fight. I do think that was a big advantage. I do think that if you want to tell me that this fight, if you want to tell me that fight was BS because of that, I'm with you on that. Because that is some BS. And he didn't have to do a rehydration clause, which is insane. That's crazy. So like I said, I think there are definitely advantages that Fulton didn't have to kill himself to make weight. I think I
think the style of boxing matters. Ryan Garcia and Stephen Fulton are two different styles of boxers.
Okay. Shaqy Foster wins.
You hear me, Matt?
Go ahead.
I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
No. I was just saying. I was trying to give you an example of more the situation. I think there's more like I forgot the guy Shakur fought when Shakur didn't even try to make weight. He like 2 points over. Remember a couple of years ago?
Yoshino.
And Shakur. It wasn't Yoshino. I think somebody else.
Yeah,
but
it was.
He didn't try to make weight.
Yeah, it was. What's the name? Conceição.
Conceição.
Yeah, he didn't even.
Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't even try to make weight. And people were like, "Damn, you ain't gonna go out there and run. You ain't go to the bathroom." He just. No, I'm good.
And it's nonsense, man. It ain't right. It ain't right for the guy who's fighting. And the honest truth is, a lot of these guys can't turn it down because financially, the guys can't turn it down because financially they have to. They're like, hey, we put a whole camp into this. We put everything into this. At the situation right there, you're like, I basically have to go through with it. I mean, that's the truth.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I think if Stephen Fulton was some heavy hitting power puncher and a big guy, the fight would have got canceled. But because it's Stephen Fulton, bro, Shaqy Foster ain't worried about this dude. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
No, I get you. I get you. I get the logic, but it's still like to just disregard it. I'm not going to disregard it. So like I said, if to me, if O'Shaquie Foster wins this fight, I think it's a really big win. Like I thought it was a big win already, but now I'm like, hey, he did that with like at a disadvantage. He did that after making weight, because the thing that's kind of BS too is they could have probably did this if I think Fulton probably knew he was going to struggle to make weight, probably 2 days ago, 3 days ago, right? And I think that they could have told the camp like, hey, you know what? Probably gonna miss weight here. What can we do? Can we just talk this out and move it up to the next weight class so that way you don't have to cut insane too? But they didn't do that. So that's another issue I have with it, man. That's another issue I have with it. Maybe if you tell the guy ahead, then that guy don't have to do the cut either. That's the issue I have with it. I'll give O'Shaquie Foster a lot of credit if he wins this fight. Fulton wins this fight, it's a little bit of asterisk. It's an asterisk to it. If Fulton wins this fight, I'm gonna be like, all right, but he didn't make weight, whatever. He still got to prove a lot to me. Now, Matt and Ty, for you two, Mike, you answer this too. You guys think that either one of these guys would be a major factor at 135?
I think both of them would.
Okay.
I think both of them would, because they both have really good boxing skills. And I don't think there's anyone at 135 like Stephen Fulton.
Okay.
I don't see anybody else with that style at 135. I don't see anybody else with O'Shaquie Foster's style at 135.
No,
very.
What do you think, Ty? What do you think Fulton could do at 135?
I don't know, because them guys up there, like Abdullah Mason, he punching. Tank Davis is punching. Of course, Stevens is the ultimate boxer. It's Fulton, my guy, but he is a 122 pounder. I mean, Andy Cruz can box. You got more Ty. He a brawler. So no, I like him at 130. I thought that's perfect for him, but I guess he ain't a 130 pounder. I don't really like him at 35. I think he's too small for 35. I don't think he can really keep guys off him.
Well, I do think
opinion.
that there's some interesting kind of ways that this could play out, right? And what's funny is that 135 we were all pretty high on, right? Like that's the division, like they got some real talent there, right? And then a guy like Lamont Roach moves up for 130, and we're like, well, 130, he's a good guy at 130, but 130 is not. And then Lamont Roach has a hell of a performance against Tank, right? And a lot of people felt that he won. He probably should have won because they would count that knockout. And let's say Lamont Roach wins tonight, a big win at 140. The 130-pound pound that was just good, and he was the top guy at 130. He gets a big win at 140 against Isaac Cruz. Now, let's say the winner of this fight, Fulton or O'Shaquie Foster, goes up to 135 pounds. I mean, they say they get a Mortaia fight or something like that. I think these guys are pretty damn good. I think Fulton's pretty damn good. I've been pretty high on Fulton, right? I think if O'Shaquie Foster can beat Fulton, then he must be pretty damn good, especially with the disadvantage. I think that they're interesting names, and it's interesting that for a division that we just thought was good, and we were a division really high on 135, these guys with Roach and them, and one of the winner of this could really make an impact in that division. I think that it's funny just the way we looked at it, but I also think that like a Roach versus the winner of this fight would be something I'd be interested in. You know what I mean? I would be really interested in that fight at like 135. So I think that I want to see them. I'm fine with them going to the division. These are very talented guys. Like I said, I've been really high on Fulton. I've been picking Fulton to win this fight the whole time. I think he has a skill level to match with anyone. So I would be curious with him at 135.
Okay. We wouldn't have gotten that possibility without Mauricio Suleiman. Now you can think all about this stuff. I just want to put that out there.
Oh my God, man. You sickening, man.
Did you break into someone's hotel room?
What happened? No, I just bought this phone. Right, I just bought it. I had to. An emergency situation. I had to buy the phone here. This number just created. Never used before. How the hell would I have a missed call? How the hell would I have a missed call? That's I don't even understand how that would happen. All right, go ahead.
Ezra, someone else could have owned the phone number before you.
No, my company's owned this number for forever. Just never used it. I don't get it. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Is that your brick phone?
I don't know what that term means. I gotta be honest with you. I
Okay.
hear it a lot. I don't get what the term means.
Okay, motherfucker. You knew what it meant when you was using it.
I don't know what it
All right,
means.
I ain't gonna
I
say
don't know
nothing.
what it means.
I won't expose you to the folks that don't know you. But let's get
Ooh.
into another fight on the card. Um, it was supposed to be Landy Lara versus Janet Beck. Janet Beck finally got caught cheating after all these years.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Do you think this is the first time he cheated?
I'm not sure he cheated.
Yeah,
First time.
Meldonium.
I'm not sure he cheated,
Meldonium, he cheated.
bro. I think I had Maladona in my coffee the other day.
No, you
I
didn't.
mean, what are we
No, you
talking
didn't.
about?
Because it's not available in the U.S. and it's not available anywhere without a prescription. By the way,
I like foreign drinks. I drink at cafes.
okay, it's not available without a prescription. Meldonium is hardcore stuff. That's what you're not understanding. Well, I think you do understand. You're just upset that it's one of your guys that got caught, so you're trying to alibi him.
Listen, to me, I already told you where I stand. Suspend him 5 years. I'm with you guys. Suspend him 5 years. Are they going to do that?
No, that's not
Then
even
what the
what's
hell
in
are
the
we talking about?
guideline.
What the hell are we talking about?
I think the guideline is 4 years.
Well, about 4 years, I hope they throw the book at him. So let's get to the Laura fight.
Yeah, so Laura's going to be fighting Johan Gonzalez. Obviously, it's not the sexy matchup we wanted it to be.
Let me tell you something. This is going to be a good fight. Because either Johan's going to get knocked out cold, right? But he's going to go to Laura. And Laura doesn't have the legs to move around like he once did. It's going to be some action in this fight. And Johan looks in good shape. Like, he looks like he's ready to go here. And he's the kind of guy that can roll out of bed with his style, and he's going to fight it. He's going to be fighting his style the way he wants to fight. I think that this fight's going to be entertaining. Not the names, not the sexiest matchup on paper. I get it, but I think that Johan's going to, in the famous words of James Toney, he's going to bring ass to get ass. I really think that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah. I'm hoping that happens. I think he's gonna get punched on, but I think he's gonna be in a firefight with Lara because he's not a boxer mover, and Lara has shown that he's ready for war. But I do wonder because remember Lara was originally supposed to fight Janet Beck. I do wonder if this was going to be the fight where we see a old school Lara boxing and moving with his legs kind of performance.
He doesn't have the legs. I mean, I don't think he has the legs. I don't think he has the legs to do that. That's why I don't think he just started knocking people out just for the fans' entertainment. I don't think he started doing that. I think he has really good offense. He's very sharp. He's always been that. He's a really talented fighter. But he knows he can't move legs, so he says, I gotta sit on stuff now. I gotta sit on shots now. I gotta make these guys pay when they come in because my upper body is still very sharp. It's my legs that don't move like they once did.
Okay.
Hey, ass. Tut killing with your quote, ass. Son, what does it mean with that quote from the James Toney quote? The James Toney quote, Tut killing you.
Now, do you give Gonzalez any chance to upset Lara?
Yeah, I do. I think there's a glimmer of hope for an upset here. I would not be stunned in an upset because just the first of all, there's a lot of things. Lara was training for a completely different style, a more tactical style, right? A way more technical style. So that means he wasn't having really sparring partners coming in. They were just applying full pressure on him. He wasn't having guys on this other thing that were just like you kind of have to build that up, right? You kind of got to build that mentality up of that style. It was more of a technical fight that he was going to be in with Janet. Now he has a guy that's going to come and try to march him down. Like I said about Lara's legs, man, he's going to be there. So if he can't, Lara's offense is so sharp. If you go straight forward on Lara, it's a very dangerous. He's a sniper, right? But if you could get past those shots, you can get on the inside. Man, that's gonna be an interesting fight. Like I do think there's a chance for an upset
One
here.
thing that's very interesting: Jesus Ramos, Frank Martin, Isaac Lucero, Daniel Blackus, Luis Nunez. They are all bigger favorites in their fights than Lara is over Gonzalez.
And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. But I'm just telling you, that's why I've been watching this close. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
Laura's only minus 750.
I'm telling you, man, there's something there. There's something there with this fight. And
Oh
the thing with
boy.
you is when they match up, where they go head to head, right? Because I'm telling you, Johan, they look in good shape. But there's a confidence in Johan. Like there is a confidence there, and he feels like this is a really good shot for him. And I just think that Laura might be really disappointed too that he didn't get that fight. So that might be mentally in his head, like, oh, I was supposed to fight this guy, because I did think Laura really did want the Janibek fight. He really wanted to prove something. And it might just be, might just slowly mentally not be there 100% where he needs to be for this fight. And if he gets in a tough dog fight, is he in the right mental status to get to win that type of fight? I don't know.
Hey man, there might be money on the floor. Might be money on the table, Ty. Might be money on the floor, Ty. I don't
Man, you
know.
know, can't right now look at the eyes, man. You know who you talking to.
Yeah, it might be money on the floor, man. We got to see what's going on with that.
Sydney, right, who's always got his ear to the ground in the boxing world, he said that's not true, as Lara was sparring Aaron Pearson from Philly, and he is someone that will walk you down. Okay, so maybe he is gonna be ready for this then, as far as like the sparring, and that's a good sign for Lara. We're gonna have to see though. Like I said, when you're fighting a certain style, you want to do certain things. You're expecting to do certain things, and if you can't do that, or that's not what the openings are gonna be there, and you got to get in a fight where a guy is right forward to forward with you. And what Kirkland say, man, like he wants Canelo to feel his breath on him. A lot of people said, that was before pause, but a lot of people were saying pause. I understood what Kirkland meant, though. That is a brutal, brutal fighting, right? That's a brutal fight to be in. I remember when you're sparring and you had a pressure fighter on you, and when he would breathe, you would feel it, and you were just like, I just realized that I'm in a really intense situation right now, really grueling situation. That's what Johan wants today.
All right, before we get to the main event, let's cover some of the off-TV fights and some of the Amazon Prime fights. Daniel Blancas, the Iceman, former brunch boxing guest, shout out to him, going up against William Townsend. Did you see Daniel Blancas while you were down there? That's a no. All right.
But here's the thing. I didn't see him weigh in. So, we're sure this fight's still happening?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Were you at the weigh-ins, the real weigh-ins?
Yes, I was there from the beginning.
Were you at the?
No, the real one, the one early in the morning.
No. That wasn't.
You remember when some guy told you to show up at 8:15 somewhere? Did you show up at 8:15 at that location?
I was getting ready.
So no.
You see? Yeah.
Yeah,
I tried
to help you out. Listen, as great as you did, you would have had 4 times the content if you would have got to where I wanted you to be at 8:15.
Sorry, disappointed.
What else is due?
I don't think you're sorry, but whatever.
But Daniel Blancas against William Townsend, any chance of an upset?
No, I'm not familiar with these guys, so I would say no. They're really early in the card. I imagine they're not going to put him in a situation to get in trouble.
All right, Luis Nunez versus Hector Andres Sosa. Any chance of an upset?
I'm not familiar with Sosa, but he looks in great shape. He looks like ready to go. I will see. That's also, what weight is that at, Matt?
I don't take follow-up questions. Isaac Lucero versus Roberto Valenzuela. Any chance for an upset?
Let me tell you something. His opponent is really, really tall fighter. Really tall fighter. Long, rangy fighter.
Okay.
And Lucero, he's a little chubby around the waist, man.
Oh, boy.
He's a little chubby around the waist. He's built a little bit like CM Punk. Listen, if I were just not familiar with them, just standing looking at this, I'd be like, hey, that looks like it's going to be a damn good fight. I'm not sure who's going to win that. I think this might be I don't know if is that supposed to be like him destroying his opponent with Lucero beating his opponent, or is it supposed to be a wide favor on that? On just the eye test, that looked like it's gonna be a good fight.
All right, let's get to the reason why we're all here. The main event of the evening: Isak Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont the Reaper Roach Jr. They were nose to nose yesterday. They look like they were ready to fight yesterday. Just set the scene for us. Tell us everything you saw with these two fighters yesterday.
Man, I was we got an Uber the other day, and the guy was like, "What are you guys doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, we're covering the fight," and he was like really pumped for this fight, and he was like, "Oh, you got the Cruz Roach fight." He's like, "How's it gonna go?" And I was telling them something about these two guys. They just almost look like they're meant to fight each other. Their builds, everything, they just look like if you get them in the ring, this is gonna be a really entertaining fight. I think this is gonna be a very good entertaining fight. I think that Roach I think people are expecting Roach to box and move and everything like that. I don't think that that's
No,
Roach going to
but Roach is not a boxer mover.
Well, yeah, but I think if you're thinking like he's got to avoid certain things, right? And he's going to look to box more. I think that Roach thinks he can win on the inside. I think Roach thinks his offense is better. I think that this is going to be actually a fight that we're going to be more on the inside than people expect if you think Roach is going to win. I think that Roach is going to look to highlight his game on the inside. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. Pitbull Cruz's forward momentum is very dangerous. The one thing about Pitbull Cruz, though, I'm not sure how good he is on the inside. Like I think that maybe that gets overblown just because he's the aggressive fighter, and the comparisons to Tyson and stuff like that. But I don't think that on the inside he's that tactical or creates space that well or keeps the space for his punches that well. Another part too is, Cruz has benefited from being the bigger name in fights that where a guy starts holding, the ref will warn and take points away, right? We've seen that before.
I've heard you say that before, but I haven't seen that.
Well, that's not true because he fought the tall kid that he won a decision with that William Cepeda stopped. And they literally warned him they were going to take points away, and they might have taken points, but they literally.
But I don't think that was because of Cruz.
Of course it was. Well, but I'm saying though, if you're the B side and if the B sides are not allowed to hold, right? Like that's the thing. If you're like a B side that's like a really wide B side, you're not going to whether the fight's going to allow holding. It's going to be dependent on what the A side does or what he wants to do. In this fight, they're to me they're both A sides, so they're not going to take a point away from Roach for holding. They're not going to warn him not to hold. So he is going to have the benefit to do that when the situation does get tough, or just to stop Pitbull Cruz from what he wants to do. And that's going to be able to get him out of some tough spots. I think that if Roach can avoid just the part of forward momentum, and then he can avoid the offense there. On the inside, I think he'll win that part. On the outside, I think he'll win that part. I think Roach is not really a big mover, but he can move. He has good boxing skills. I think Roach is going to win this fight. I think his offense is going to be too clean, but he really needs to make sure that it's clear that his offense is a cleaner offense. That's the one thing, because this crowd's going to go crazy every time Pitbull Cruz comes rushing in with shots. Even if they're not landing, if they're just landing on the guard, Pitbull Cruz is going to get the benefit of the doubt tonight with the crowd. That could sway the judges. I'm picking Lamont Roach. I think that his offensive skill is going to be too clean, too much. He's going to not get in situations where he's going to overly exchange, but he's going to be smart with it. And I think he's going to win a decision here. Like I said, though, he's got to make it clear that his offense is cleaner than Pitbull's. And the Giovanni Cabrera, that's the one. Thank you, D1on_on.
Yeah. Well, listen, you and I are at odds today because I'm taking Pitbull Cruz to win the fight.
I'm glad you didn't try to split your pick. I would have allowed it.
No. And you know what? We're not going to get into that. I gotta see what's going on with you and Hugh. I gotta check your text messages. But here's the thing, right? Pitbull Cruz, he punches relatively well. He's strong. He's aggressive. And Lamont Roach is there to be hit. If Lamont Roach was more of a mover, I could see him winning this fight. But he's not a mover like that. And I think people see a black fighter and automatically assume that he's like some slick mover and stuff like that. Lamont Roach is not like that. Lamont Roach likes to fight mid-range and in. Lamont Roach is not a long-range fighter. I think guys that could fight from the outside is what gives Pitbull Cruz issues. Okay? I don't think he's going to have much issues with Lamont. Now, one thing I will say is a little caveat to throw out there for people to digest. Pitbull Cruz got hurt in his last fight. He got hurt in his last fight. Okay? He got hurt the fight before that with Angel Fierro. Angel Fierro hit him with a shot that shook him up. Could it be that the indestructible, because we look at him as, yo, this guy, he was taking all these shots from Tank, he's indestructible. He broke Tank's hand on his forehead. Could we be seeing that the wear and tear is finally getting to Pitbull Cruz and he's losing his punch resistance?
Okay, that's good. Pretty good.
I think that that's a fair thing to think about. Now, him being at 140, where he doesn't have to cut as much, and maybe it's easy for him to make weight. I think he was 138 pounds this time. Maybe that'll help him with the punch resistance, but it is something to look at. Now, is Lamont Roach the kind of guy that could exploit that? If you look at his knockout record, you would say no. But if you look at his fighting style, you would say yes, because he is a precise counterpuncher from mid-range and in. He could hit something, hit Pitbull with something that Pitbull gonna feel. I just think that Pitbull is a locomotive. He's a steam engine. He sees the light at the end of the tunnel, and the light that Pitbull sees is the dim light of Canelo Alvarez. The light for Canelo Alvarez is waning. Okay. Pitbull sees the chance to become Mexico's next superstar. The people are out there for him. I saw how many people are out there. There's a lot of people out there for Pitbull Cruz. He is capturing the imagination of the Mexican public. This is his time. If he beats Lamont Roach, PBC, Sean Gibbons, and more importantly, the Mexican people have their next superstar. So I'm taking Pitbull to win because it's what's best for business.
What is where does the winner go for each guy?
If Pitbull wins, you got to make the Gary Antoine fight.
That's a violent fight, man. That is a violent fight.
You got to make it. You got to make it. You got to make that fight. Although the winner of Pitbull Lamont will be the mandatory for Subriel Matias. So how long would that take to be called? We'll see. But I would make the Gary Antoine fight because, listen, let's be honest. The Mexican versus the black, it always sells. That's the thing in boxing. You know? So that's the fight I would go for. If I'm Lamont Roach, I
think it's a pretty obvious one.
Well, you're gonna say the winner of Shakur versus Tio.
Yeah, I think that's the obvious move.
But if you're Lamont Roach, to me, the obvious one would also be Gary Antoine.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, I don't mind that either. I just think that no, I mean the bigger fight though is the winner of Shakur.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, because
you're gonna say because the where they're from. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, they could put that where the Washington Capitals at Verizon Center.
Okay, maybe that's gonna be that's a do numbers. So okay, maybe that's more. I have to think that out more. Okay,
yeah, they will do numbers.
I also want to say this. We know that Floyd Schofield is could be called a mandatory, right? For Tank.
No, we don't know that.
But he's number one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and they could call that mandatory.
We don't know that. They'll probably create a belt for him, but continue.
Okay, whatever. Okay, let's say create a belt for him, right? Let's say they move whatever. What kind of belt would they create for him? Just curious.
Regular title.
Perfect. Now, the create regular title for him. I don't hate a Schofield versus Roach fight. Now, I think that, and if there's an actual bout on the line, whatever bout that it is, regular, whatever they're gonna call it, I don't hate that fight. And if I'm Roach, I don't hate that fight. And you can also do a little bit of like
Floyd Schofield.
Yes.
No.
Hear me out. You could also do like, hey, Roach was with Golden Boy, that falling out. Roberto Diaz is in Schofield is with Schofield. With Lamont Roach now. Like I think there's some stuff you can do there. I do think that's an interesting fight. I think you obviously go if you're Roach, you want the winner of to me Tio Shakur, but I guess you did make a good point with Russell, so we'll see. But he's in a great spot. He's in one of the best spots in boxing if he can win tonight.
Well, guess what, Ezra? He ain't gonna win tonight. Like Pitbull
What's
tonight.
gonna happen?
He ain't. I think some of what you saying, the pressure, and like you said, is it gonna be a good inside fight? But I think that just with the crowd and with his style, he gonna win the decision, and we're gonna be talking about it. Some gonna have Lamont winning, but it's gonna be a good fight. I think Pitbull is gonna be too much for him. I like Pitbull by decision.
Mike, who you got tonight?
You know what? I of course I'm rooting for Pitbull, but I think it's gonna end up a draw. I think
Oh my! Please
Pitbull.
don't say that.
But
I think Pitbull's gonna bring his game. I think Lamont Roach is gonna switch it up. Once it hits like the seventh, eighth round, fight a different style, a little bit more from range. And I think we'll go to the scorecards. And yeah, man, I hate to say it, but I had to say it because I'm on parlay. But
well, you know what's funny, Mike, is I always say that we should. I always was thinking that we should do a segment. We talk about the best bets and all that. What fight's most likely to be a draw, right? Because there's always great odds on a draw, right? It's like what fight is the best, is most likely to be a draw. And I don't disagree that Roach and Cruz being a draw is like I don't think that's insane at all. But I still think that it's Fulton Foster. I think Fulton or Shaki Foster has the best chance of being a draw because I do think that the way they're gonna I think it's gonna be a technical boxing match, and who knows who's gonna get more credit for certain stuff that they're doing. So I think that both those fights could be draws. I would say if I had to bet one to be a draw, it'd be Fulton Foster.
Man, I you know what's funny? Fort and Foster being a draw would be hilarious. That would actually be hilarious.
It would.
Hey, Matt. Plus you got
that
factors
would be
into it.
hilarious.
You got factors into it too. They said Lamont was outside a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? He was outside a little bit too much, man. So you never know.
Ezra don't want to hear that. Ezra don't want to hear that.
Now, Matt, you got you know what? No, actually, let's do tomorrow today, the segment that everyone loves. And as I've been out here, people are driving down the street yelling tomorrow today. And then they get to the weigh in, and people are like tomorrow today. They're giving me big hugs. People are loving this segment.
Get the t-shirts, Ash. Get the t-shirts. The t-shirts tomorrow today.
You know what's funny? I heard that when they saw you, they were yelling "Maricon, Maricon."
Ezra, has anybody spoke to you in Spanish and thought you understood him? And
I think Laura did. Laura, when I asked him a question, talking to me, making like direct eye contact. It was kind of nodding his head like you get what I'm saying. So I had to give him the nod back, like, oh, of course. You know what I mean? But yeah.
He said, of course, Viva Boxeo. Viva Boxeo.
Sippy said the Mexican picked the black guy and the black guy picked the Mexican. That's true. That is what happened here.
Hey, listen. This is brunch boxing, man. We listen, we would rather be right than racial.
than Rachel or Rachel?
Racial. Come on, man. Man. So talk to me about tomorrow today. What are we looking at here?
Is Tut's boxing Tut boxing? I mean, is that Tut or is that someone else?
Obviously, that's Tut.
All right. I didn't know Tut had a Tut boxing thing. He said Ezra's got a short sleeve sweater with a collar. I just want to let people know. Now, if I wanted to bring out the 22-inch pythons, I could.
I gotta say, Ezra, not short sleeve, wrong size, my brother.
Oh, Pantaleos, Pop.
If I wanted to bring out the 22-inch pythons, I could. I got I made a tactical mistake. Did I tell you this already?
What
Maybe I
what,
already.
what 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 size is that shirt, Ezra?
This is a XL.
That's where you messed up at, Ezra.
You
825.
know,
Hey,
you know.
Ezra, can you control the space?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm give me some Pantaleos. My bad, Ezra.
So here's the thing, Ezra. You're supposed to get an XLT.
Tall?
Yes.
Oh no! I don't agree. Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Because your arms are short.
No, I pulled it up.
No, pull it all the way down. Let's see if it reaches the wrist.
It's the wrist. Of course, it hits the wrist.
No. Raise your hand.
Oh God! It's a weird angle.
Raise your hand.
It's a
Nah,
weird angle.
bro.
No, that joint too small. It's too small.
First of all, Ezra,
It ain't too small.
It's too
Ezra,
small. Ez.
please
These
please do not do the Hitler symbol on brunch boxing ever again. First of all,
You told me to raise your wrist. You idiot! Over here trying to get weird angles on this camera. What are you doing?
Jesus Christ, what was that? Nah, you need to. I'm telling you, trust me. Start shopping tall.
No. Tall's too. It's too much. It's just too much midriff.
No. Ez, I get what Matt's saying. We know the look you going for. What he trying to say, when you get that size, the look going to be there. It's going to fit perfect. Pause.
Man. All right. You know what? We're gonna test this out. Next week's show, I'm gonna order this same shirt in a tall.
No.
Okay.
You said you got an XL. It has to be
Yeah, I know, XL tall.
XLT. XLT.
I get you.
XLT.
I get you. I had something. Oh, yeah, I was gonna tell you. I made a tactical mistake. I don't remember if I said it on the show, but we'll say this again. Someone said, "Did you get that shirt off Triple G?" That's a good joke. And then Sippy said, "Ezra looks like he's getting ready for a Mortal Kombat tournament."
That is an ugly shirt.
Bro, I like it.
That is an ugly shirt.
All right, I don't know. I don't know about the style.
No, because it looked like a rug. It looked like a rug pattern.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I guess that's kind of like what it's going for.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, that's hilarious. But I made a tactical mistake. I worked out over here, and I did shoulders. Right, I hit shoulders, and then I realized that I had to hold the camera for 20 minutes at a time with a press conference or whatever, and I was just literally just shaking, and like the people sitting on each side of me were just like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" And I'm like switching arms to get like a little rest here and
They
there.
probably thought you had a nerve condition.
Yeah, bro, I was just right there trying to film like. And I was just like, this is, and I can't stop. I was like, I have to get like whatever I could get
But
here.
what happened to your tripod?
The tripod. You know what I need, because it's too tight. Like if you have the chairs right there, people walk by and stuff like that, or they have their stuff. The tripod can't, like the one I have is just not the right one. I need like the just the stick. But also too,
That's
you
not
gotta
a tripod. That's not a tripod.
No, I know. But
Okay.
that's more effective. I know what a tripod is. I know what the stick is.
You could have set up the tripod in a less traffic area.
Yeah, I know, but it's just, you got to work with what you got. But also too is like, you got to remember, I have like a very artistic mind, and I'm a director and at heart, right? And I
artistic. Okay, continue.
And I'm like Tarantino-esque when I see angles and I'm like, I want this to be shot this way and stuff like that. So it's really important that I'm really actually holding the camera. Sometimes the tripod limits me on the angles that I need.
Yeah, I heard you and Tarantino got a lot of stuff in common.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but no, I don't agree. Just like the chair situation, I don't know what that means, but I don't agree. What bets you got for us?
Let's do it.
Because I got the raw hard cash, which I mean, we're coming to an end of the year. We're obviously in the green in a major way. I don't have the exact numbers there, but we know we did good. We did good. Let's finish strong. Let's not. A lot of times when you're running right and you get close to the finish line, you want to slow down. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, we're here. I can see it. Not me, man. I want to run through that. I want when like Mike Tyson doesn't hit a pad, he punches through a pad. That's what I do to the finish line. That's what we're doing. Raw hard cash. Today we got a parlay. Frank Martin money line. Edersundi Lara by stoppage. Oshaki Foster, Stephen Fulton, will it go the distance? Yes. And Lamont Roach by decision, all for that four-leg parlay plus 306. CB, I caught the damn joke. I caught the artistic joke shot by Matt. You don't think I caught that joke? You think that went over my head?
They think you're a retard, Ezra.
We don't use the thoughts and views of Michael, the words he uses. I just say right now, they don't stand for all of brunch spots. That's his opinions alone. All right, Frank Martin, Lara, will the fight go the distance for Oshaki Foster and Fulton, and Lamont Roach by points, four-leg parlay plus 306. What you got for us, Mike? Did you bring back easy money?
I got. Listen, we're gonna cause this the best money. Okay, easy money's gone. Best money. Okay, best money for you right now. We're trying to make one. 3-1, Ezra. Come on, dude. That ain't gonna change anybody's life. Okay, we're going 61-1 here.
Oh wow!
We are changing lives. Okay,
oh, you really are.
Jesus Ramos, KO TKO. Okay, we're going Frank Martin money line. Okay. We are taking the plus money on Stephen Fulton victory here. And we are doing main event. We're doing it's ending up a draw. You add those in your parlay, 61-1. Okay. This bet is gonna get Christmas started for you. This is the bonus. You've been looking. I know some of you are wondering how you're gonna get the Christmas presents underneath the tree. It's this parlay right here that's going to do it for you. Okay.
If you're looking at cash and you're like, man, I've been saving this cash, but you know what? I really don't want this cash, and I just kind of want to throw it in the trash, right? Like you're just like, ever saw cash? And you were just like, this cash. What's this doing here? I thought I threw this away a long time ago. You take that easy money parlay right there. You just say, look at cash. And you said, man, I really don't know why this is taking up so much room in my house, and throw it right in the trash. You can do that, or you could bet the easy money parlay that Mike just threw to you. Matt, what you got for us?
Okay, here's what I'm looking at. All right. Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz. My favorite kind of bet. Over 0.5 knockdowns at plus 125. That's plus money right there. Okay. Oshaki Foster versus Stephen Fulton. The only thing I'm sure about in this fight is that it's going the distance at minus 400. Okay. Oshaki Foster Stephen Fulton to go the distance. Evans Landy Lara versus Johan Gonzalez. Lara money line at minus 750 because we don't know how it's going to go, but we know it's going to go. Ramos versus Mosley. Ezra, you've convinced me. Stay away. Stay away from this fight.
Wait, okay, did I say that? Was that my stance? Okay.
You kind of talked me into maybe Shane Mosley could do something here.
All right. Well, okay. I just
my goodness, this guy right here, dude.
Go back to the show and be like, "Oh, Ezra said that was a bit close fight." I'm not. That's not where I stood on that. I just
stay away.
Not my stance.
Frank Martin versus Francis Bartholomew. Fight to go the distance. Yes, at minus 142. I think it will go the distance because Bartholomew is stanky enough to stink it out. Okay, so I think that'll go the distance. Isaac Lucero versus Roberto Valenzuela. Take Lucero at minus 1,000 on the money line. Luis Nunez, minus 1,000 on the money line. Daniel Blancas, minus 1,000 on the money line. Okay? Make sure you get all that done. And UK special, Beatrice Ferreira versus Alif Noor Turhan. Will the fight go the distance? Yes, at minus 330. There's a big parlay. 8 legs plus 842. Guys, go
You
make
got
your money.
you guys
Now, my best bet of the day. My best bet of the day. Foster versus Fulton to go the distance at minus 400. That is my best bet of the day.
real quick. I just want to I want to do one more. I'm just curious what this parlay would do. Wait one second. I was thinking about this and I forgot to run.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, I got good news and bad news. Ezra, which one you want first?
Uh, bad news.
Gotta go.
All right.
Gotta go. I gotta get up out of here.
All right. People don't know, but this was your flu game.
Yeah. And
People do not know, but this was your flu
honestly,
game.
I feel like my head is about to explode.
All right. Get out of here.
I've been talking too much. I've been putting myself on mute. Because I've been screaming.
Listen, this parlay right here, this
Yeah,
parlay
go
right
ahead.
here is basic, man. 3-leg parlay. And it's all decision parlay. I'm keeping it basic. Fulton by decision, Pitbull by decision, and Frank Martin fight to go the distance.
What's
I
that?
like
What's
that
the
Martin to go the distance at minus 142. I like that.
Martin to go the
yeah?
distance, Pitbull by decision, and Fulton by decision. I didn't put it in the machine, but I know it's gonna make you a lot of money.
Yeah, that's definitely plus money.
Because I'll go out that now. But that's what I'm doing.
Okay, wait. I got one more bet, and then I'll wrap it up right now. Because I think that bro, I think I found great value right now. I think I found great value. You know what I don't see is the. Maybe that's why I didn't put it on my parlay.
What don't you
I don't
see?
see the Shane Mosley fight. Where the hell is this?
It's on there. Well, maybe not in Texas, but it's here.
Oh yeah, it's on.
Ramos is minus 1450.
Okay,
Mosley is plus 750.
I would add a stoppage to that, but there's just here's the parlay, and I think this is great value.
So
Okay,
look, Ramos by stoppage is minus 145.
no, what is it? Not just will if I go the distance? No.
Will the
What
fight
is
go the distance? No. That is minus 150.
minus 150? That it won't go the distance?
Correct.
Oh God, I wish I could see what that. Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you do Esau Cruz go the distance? Yes. Oh, Shaki Foster Fulton? Yes. Lara, no, and then add that as a no. I'm just curious. What are the? Because I already have good odds for just a 3-leg. What's that 4-leg?
Okay. Hold on. This is live, people.
Bro, this is a hell of a bet. If for already the 3-leg I just said, it's good odds. I'm curious here.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if you don't make any money today, you shouldn't be betting boxing. Okay, so fight to go the distance on Cruz, yes. Fight to
Yes.
go the distance on Foster Fulton, yes.
Yeah.
Fight to go the distance on Lara, no. Fight to go the distance on Ramos, no. 4-leg parlay plus 319.
Bro, that's the bet. Forget the raw hard cash that I said. That's the bet right there. That 100% is the parlay. That is 419. You said
Plus 319.
319. Bro, those are hell of odds for Roach and for Roach and Cruz to go the distance. For Foster and Fulton to go the distance. For Lara to get for Lara fight to be a stoppage, and for the Ramos fight to be a stoppage. Bro, that's a hell right there. That's my raw hard cash. Revise, change, Huey. I know you're not here. We miss you. Make it official. That's good stuff right there. That is a damn good right there. You don't really have to sweat it. You don't have to worry about who wins or how it's done. Oh man, that is good stuff.
Any stories out there in boxing you guys want to talk about?
No, I think I already covered it. This was the pre-fight. This is for tonight. It's not everything else we covered in the midweek. If you want to go and cover it, you want to go and talk about all the other stuff, the political stuff, and everything happening in boxing. The
You mean like
midweek show,
Crawford? You mean like Crawford?
the Crawford situation, all that. That's a midweek show. Like I said, I think we're in agreement here, Matt. I don't think there's anything as far as Crawford didn't pay. They took the belt. It was a fair business deal for both ends. I don't think I'm really not too outraged on either side of it. Are you in the same stance as me?
Good. I should have been outraged when he said that Ring Magazine was the prestigious belt. That's where your outrage should have took off. That's right. That's where you should have been upset. He's making a
man.
mockery now.
Now I did do you tell me to tell people what I got. I did do something that I feel like didn't, there's stuff that I do that I know people aren't gonna watch, but I think is really, really good content. And I did do they did have a hearing for the TKO thing, and I didn't like what's his name, Pat English's responses. I did not think that he did a good job. I'm going to be honest. I maybe that sucks to say, but I don't think he did a good job of pointing out the flaws and why what they're trying to do isn't really good for the boxers. Okay, I didn't think he did a good job. I did my own responses. It's on my Twitter account as Raw Boxing. One thing I did my own responses to the questions that were asked to him. And I just think that it's a better job than what he was trying to present. He didn't do a good job with. So I just thought that this is what the responses could have been and more clear to me, and it explains it to me a little bit better. Explains it, in my opinion, a little bit better. Anything, Matt, that they should be looking out for?
Not really, man. Not Zuffa Boxing. We're gonna have some Zuffa Boxing announcements.
Okay.
And when I say we, I mean Brunch Boxing. We're gonna have some Zuffa Boxing exclusives about the fights they're gonna be announcing.
All right, excellent. We expect a card soon, you think?
Yeah, yeah. Apparently Zuffa likes me. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew?
Must not listen to the show.
Hey, they reached out to me this week. They reached out to me this week. I was shocked. I'm gonna walk into the room like Joe Pesci. I better be careful.
Yeah. Bro, be careful. I'd be careful, man. I'm gonna get a call, and they're gonna say we tried to do everything we could, but it didn't do anything. But
hey, the surgery was a success, but the patient died.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, what else is going on about? Hey, shout out to PBC, man. PBC doing their thing.
Hey, man,
Now,
I gotta.
one thing I wanted to talk about with PBC real quick, because you're champing at the bit to get out of here too, apparently, even though you didn't split your tooth in half like I did. You know.
Where to go?
All right. So there's been some rumblings and rumors.
You're at the bit. The guy just told me 5 minutes ago I gotta go. I'm gonna leave the show. Just 10 minutes ago, but I'm chopping at the bit. All right, go ahead.
There's been some rumors circulating that PBC is going to be having a card on January 31st. I think the rumors stem from Jamal Charlo saying he's going to be fighting Caleb Plant on the 31st. There is a lot of mixed reporting when it comes to that, and even within PBC, in my opinion. I've heard from some factions that they are definitely going on the 31st, and that date is set aside in Las Vegas, and that might be Pacquiao versus Rolly. But I'm also hearing there's no way we're going on the 31st. So, so
sounds like they're all on the same page here.
No, it sounds like, because there are times when PBC has done this where only certain people know what's going on. You know?
It's on a need to know basis.
Yeah, only certain people know what's going on. Maybe they're trying to see who's feeding stuff to the media, stuff like that. But I think
and if they're trying to do that, you expose both sides.
yeah, so hey, listen, I can't blow
the media, both of them.
I have a feeling they're gonna drop a surprise date on people.
All right. All right, cool, cool,
I
cool,
have a
cool.
feeling.
The
Just a funny
rumblings,
feeling.
rumblings on the ground is we're gonna get some consistent shows. A lot of shows this year. I
Yeah,
know we've been talking this before. I know. Trust me. I know. But it feels like they're really gonna make an attempt to get some put some events together. I got to tell you, just right before San Antonio has responded, I think, to this event. I think this is going to be a great event. We already know the attendance is about to be insane. Um, I'm getting in the Ubers. People are talking about it. People are happy that they're bringing big events here. San Antonio, I think, is going to be a place they come back to. It's this place is begging for events like this. Like it really is. It's been great. I really enjoyed my time here. It's been fantastic. I've found love with the city of San Antonio. I never thought I'd say that. I never
yeah.
thought I'd say
Listen, PBC did an excellent job, man. There's
they
no other
did.
way
They
around
did.
it. They did
Yeah, they did
such
great.
a
And
great job. First class organization.
hey, they've been
First
great. They've
class
been great to me.
organization.
PBC, KB, been great to me. Yeah, just thank them for the opportunity. It's been cool, man. If I will never forget this experience, everything I here. You
And
would have
for
told
those
me,
who don't know who KB is, that's Kenneth Buhari
Mr. Kenneth
of
Bahari.
PBC.
and if you would have told me at any point in my life you were going to step 2 feet into San Antonio, I would have bet my life that I would. I would have bet my life that I would. And I did, and I'm glad I did, man. The people are great here. Uh, everything. I really liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah, shout out to PBC, man. And shout out to you for getting the work done on behalf of Brunch Boxing. Uh
Yep.
I'm thinking all of the interviews that you did, let's extract the audio and put them up on our streaming platforms too.
I love it.
Let's get
Yeah,
them all out there because listen, we are one of the most listened to podcasts in the entire world, top 5% globally.
people don't
And
want to believe it,
shout out to Sam Rose. Shout out to Sam Rose, who is probably our number one listener.
bro. The man, he's a supporter, man. Well,
Shout out
that
to
guy
Sam Rose.
supports the show.
And hey, I gotta tell you, the Bellini Awards is coming soon. And the name Sam Rose was mentioned. The name Sam Rose was mentioned for a Bellini Award. I don't want to say what it is yet, but shout out to Sam Rose, man. Shout out to him. But
I
listen,
got one last thing before we go, Matt.
yeah.
The people know brunch boxing, man. They know brunch boxing. The people in boxing, they know who brunch boxing is. I feel like we do have something really special here. We always kind of feel that way, but we just kind of keep our head down, and that's what we keep doing. Keep our head down, just keep the show consistent every week. But I feel like we have something really special here with this show, and I don't know. I just hope I hope we gain more. Of course, I want more listeners, more followers, and people can tune in, and we provide them what they need for boxing. I don't see us being we're not going to be one of those things. We're not going to start getting clickbaity. We're not going to start just doing this because we don't like a fighter or just doing this because of things. That's not what's going to happen here. But we hopefully
If we operated like that, we wouldn't be talking about any Samson fighters. If you know, you know.
but we're going to keep talking boxing and we're going to keep entertaining. That's the whole point.
I gotta give a shout out to Tony Harrison, man. Not sure if you caught the interview, 'cause I know you were busy out there. I interviewed Tony Harrison. What an excellent interview. What an listen, if you have not heard the Tony Harrison interview that I conducted, go listen to it right now. I will repost it on the Brunch Boxing Twitter feed right now. Go back and listen to the interview that I conducted with Tony Harrison. What an excellent interview. He's coming for everything at 160. Janet Beck, you are a cheating bastard that shouldn't be in boxing. Listen, Tony Harrison was
Easy.
uncut and uncensored. He was uncut and hey, Tony Harrison. Also, I did an interview with Olivia Curry. She's going to be fighting for the WBC and WBA Unified Middleweight title on December 20th in a rematch against Kay Scott. Their first fight was a barn burner. They were throwing hands. They plan on doing it again. On Monday, I have Brooklyn-born heavyweight Price Taylor will join the show once again. Look out for that. I also have coming up on the show an interview that I'll be doing with the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. Make sure you guys tune in for that. We got a lot of stuff coming, but we're going to be back later today because PBC is back. Huge event. Make sure if you haven't by now, go buy the pay per view. Support the boxing. Lamont Roach, Pitbull Cruz, Stephen Fulton, Oshaki Foster, The American Dream, Aris Landy Lara, and of course, the young gun, Jesus Ramos. Go buy the pay per view right now on Amazon. Go get it. Maybe you could go to payperview.com. I would say go get it through Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. Shout out to PBC putting on a great event for boxing fans in the United States of America. Shout out to the Mexican Al Hammond, my guy Mike. It feels good having Mike back, man. Like honestly, it feels like all is right with the world. I was starting to get worried that we hadn't had Mike on the show. I was hoping everything was good with him. Mike is back, man. Shout out to our guy Mike. Welcome back, Mike. We missed you, brother.
I'm just like boxing. When PBC's back, it's just better for boxing. Like it is. You feel it now that Ezra Ben's there. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Ezra
it's
looked like
just
he having
better
the
for
time of his life
boxing.
out there.
I would everybody
Oh,
would
I'm
experience
enjoying
what
it.
Ezra's experienced this week in
Yeah.
boxing.
Oh, I'm enjoying it,
People
man.
would
I'm
love
really
it more.
Yes,
People would
boxing
love it more.
fans. I know this is going to sound like a PBC infomercial to our haters, but seriously, if you haven't been to a PBC event, you have to get to one. It's nothing like it. I'm telling you, they are the best in business, first in class. But this has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our Mexican Al Heyman, the COO of Brunch Boxing Mike. Shout out to Ty, Keep It 100 Boxing, Sunday morning sermon, tomorrow morning, Sunday, 9:30 a.m. He is our host, as Raw Boxing. I am Matt. We are Bunch Boxing, and we are out.